Forget everything you think you know about ancient people being primitive, while we're struggling to figure out if we left the Wi-Fi password as password 123. Civilizations thousands of years ago were building computers, performing brain surgery, and creating materials that would make NASA engineers weep with envy. Today, we're diving into 5 ancient inventions so ridiculously advanced. They'll make you question if our ancestors had a secret time machine stashed behind the pyramids. Picture this. It's 150 BC, and while most people think the height of technology is a really sharp stick, some genius in ancient Greece is building what's essentially an iPhone made of bronze. The Antikythera mechanism is a mind-bending device that could predict eclipses, track Olympic Games, and calculate planetary positions with terrifying accuracy. This thing has more gears than a Swiss watch factory and more precision than your ex's ability to remember every mistake you've ever made. Scientists literally called it more complex than any known device for at least 1,000 years afterward. That's like finding a Tesla in a medieval parking lot. The kicker: we only discovered this marvel because it was sitting in a shipwreck for 2,000 years, probably thinking, these future humans are taking forever to catch up. But wait, if you think predicting the future with bronze gears is impressive, buckle up, because our next ancient inventors were literally opening skulls and poking around inside human brains like it was a casual Tuesday afternoon. Here's a fun fact that'll ruin your day. Ancient people were performing successful brain surgery when the most advanced medical procedure most of us can handle is putting a band-aid on straight. Trepanation, the practice of drilling holes in skulls, was happening over 6,500 years ago. And here's the terrifying part. People were surviving it. Archaeological evidence shows survival rates that would make modern emergency rooms jealous. These ancient surgeons were treating head injuries, relieving pressure, and possibly even attempting to cure mental illness, all without anesthesia, antibiotics, or even a decent Yelp review system. The precision required is absolutely bonkers. One wrong move and you're explaining to the family why their loved one suddenly thinks they're a chicken. Yet somehow, these ancient doctors were pulling it off with tools that looked like they came from a medieval torture chamber. Think that's hardcore? Well, grab your hard hat, because we're about to explore how ancient Romans created a concrete so advanced. It's literally still standing while modern highways crumble after a few harsh winters. Modern concrete has the structural integrity of a soggy cookie compared to what the Romans were mixing up 2,000 years ago. While our sidewalks crack if you look at them wrong, Roman structures like the Pantheon are still standing there like, what's this maintenance you speak of? The secret ingredient? Volcanic ash. But not just any volcanic ash. They specifically used ash from Mount Vesuvius, creating a concrete that actually gets stronger underwater. Meanwhile, our modern concrete basically dissolves like an Alka-Seltzer tablet the moment it meets moisture. Scientists only figured out the Roman formula in 2017. And concrete companies are still trying to reverse engineer something our ancestors perfected while wearing togas. The Romans literally built better infrastructure than us while using technology we'd consider Stone Age. Talk about embarrassing. But if you think unbreakable concrete is mind-blowing, wait until you hear about the ancient metalworkers who created steel so pure and flexible. It became the stuff of legends, and modern science still can't fully replicate it. Damascus steel wasn't just metal. It was basically the ancient world's version of vibranium. These blades were so sharp they could allegedly cut through European swords like butter, and so flexible you could bend them into circles without breaking. The distinctive wavy patterns weren't just pretty, they were the signature of steel so advanced it sounds like science fiction. The original Damascus steel was made using crucible steel from India, combined with techniques so precise and secret that when the last master smiths died, the knowledge died with them. We are talking about metalworking so sophisticated that modern attempts to recreate it only started succeeding in the last few decades. Medieval knights would literally sell their castles for a Damascus blade, and honestly, can you blame them? These swords were like bringing a laser gun to a stick fight. The metallurgy involved techniques that we didn't understand until we had electron microscopes. And just when you think ancient metallurgy can't get any more impossible, let me introduce you to a column in India that's been standing for 1,600 years without a single spot of rust, in a climate that would corrode a paperclip in weeks. Standing in Delhi is a 7-meter-tall iron pillar that's basically giving the middle finger to everything we know about corrosion. This thing has been chilling in the Indian weather for over 1,600 years, through monsoons, heat waves, and pollution that would make a gas mask fry, and it has zero rust. The iron is so pure, 99.72% pure, to be exact, that it makes modern industrial standards look like amateur hour. The metallurgical techniques required to create this level of purity weren't supposed to exist until the Industrial Revolution. Yet there it stands, being smugly rust-free while your car develops oxidation spots from a morning dew. Scientists discovered the pillar contains trace amounts of phosphorus that creates a protective layer, but reproducing the exact process. Still working on that. It's like the ancient metallurgists looked into the future, saw our rust problems, and decided to show off. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Our ancestors weren't just smart. They were operating on a level that makes our advanced civilization look like we're still figuring out fire. These inventions aren't just impressive for their time. They're impressive, period. Makes you wonder what other primitive technologies are actually secret time travel tech, doesn't it? What do you think? Were our ancestors just ridiculously clever? Or did someone leave a technology for dummies manual in ancient times? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. And if this blew your mind, smash that subscribe button because we're just getting started with history's most mind-bending secrets. Trust me, once you go down this rabbit hole, every history textbook starts looking like a comedy of errors.